In this lecture, we will cover the topic of leadership, one of the most exciting topics of this course. Leadership and management are two terms that people often mix up. They are related, of course, but very, very different. So, what's the difference? Leaders seem to set visions and implement them. Managers bring order and consistency. Leadership, which we will talk about in this lecture, is the ability to influence a group towards the achievement of goals. There are several theories of leadership. We will start with the basic of the traits and the behavioral theories of leadership. Leaders such as Nelson Mandela and Steve Jobs are often described as charismatic, enthusiastic, and courageous. Such traits seem to be better at predicting who might emerge as a leader than at identifying who might be an effective leader. Behavioral theories of leadership, in contrast, propose that specific behaviors differentiate leaders from non-leaders. Trait research provides a basis for selecting the right person to assume leadership positions, while behavioral research focuses on training individuals to be good leaders. At the University of Michigan, researchers also developed a two-dimension description of effective leadership. Those that have employee orientation and leaders who have a production orientation. The employee-oriented leader emphasized interpersonal skills and concern for employees, while the production-oriented leader emphasized technical or task aspect of the job. As you can see, these are closely related. Another such study, known as the Ohio State study, looked at the dimensions of consideration and initiating structure, respectively. The Michigan State researchers felt that having an employee orientation was the best way to lead. Traits and behavioral theories aren't the last word in leadership. They both are missing a consideration of situational factors that influence leadership success or failure. The first comprehensive contingency theory of leadership was developed by Fred Fiedler. Fiedler believes a key factor in leadership success is the individual's basic leadership style. Fiedler assumes that an individual's leadership style is fixed. Once you know a leadership style, you can match him to the right leadership situation in terms of leader-member relations, task structure, and position power. Your textbook identifies several theories of leadership, such as the Hershey-Blanchard situational leadership theory, the LMX or leader-member exchange theory, and the path-goal theory. Having covered some of the basic theories of leadership, let's explore some of the real-world issues that concern leaders. You must all know that trust is one of the key dimensions of leadership. A new theme in discussion of leadership today is the idea of leaders as inspirational individuals. Charismatic leaders are those who have, number one, a vision. Two, are willing to take personal risk to achieve these goals. Three, are sensitive to the needs of the followers. And four, exhibit behaviors that are out of the ordinary. We can probably agree to some historical leaders who meet these criteria. Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, etc. I'm sure there's individuals that you can identify within your own culture and country. Unfortunately, not all charismatic leadership results in very positive outcomes. Recent events show that some charismatic leaders abuse power that they are given. Can you think of a business leader who has behaved unethically within your own knowledge base? Some of these leaders have faced severe penalties, maybe even prison time. All of these examples show that organizations need to create checks and balances so that followers can believe in the leader's vision, and also to be able to question how far should the leader go to achieve their goals. Transformational leaders are able to inspire followers to go beyond their own self-interest for the good of the organization. Often, transformational leaders are charismatic as well. Probably the best leaders are able to engage in both kinds of leadership. They need to inspire followers towards the big picture goals and also help them deal with the day-to-day obstacles of good performance. We do know that transformational leadership is more effective than transactional leadership in reducing turnover, raising productivity, increasing employee satisfaction. Authentic leadership might be the most exciting of all the new theories discussed in leadership. It is one of the first theories that deals explicitly with the importance of ethics and trust in leadership. A key point of this leadership theory is that a good leader needs to be honest with herself or himself and avoid self-deception. While this may sound simple, actually doing it is very challenging. But researchers show that the results of being honest with yourself is forming more trusting relationship with others. Trust is based on 4 key dimensions. 1 is integrity, 2, competence, 3, consistency, and 4, loyalty. Leadership is in a team context. Now, we've all seen a lot of team behaviors, and a lot of companies are adding teams within their organization. So team leadership is also another issue that we need to consider. Effective team leaders know when to leave their team alone and when to intervene. In fact, a good team leader will do 4 things to assure successful teams. First, they serve as links between the team and the management. They are troubleshooters and help solve problems. They manage conflict well, and they coach their team towards success. Talking about coaches and mentors, research shows that the lack of mentoring is one of the key factors for the lack of women in leadership. Do you agree? So who is a mentor? Why do we need them? A mentor is obviously a senior employee who supports a less experienced employee who is learning the ropes for the day-to-day success of the company and their own careers. Successful mentors are good teachers. They help in 2 distinct ways. They listen to their problems, they share their own experience, and keep the protege motivated and confident. I encourage you always to lend a helping hand to those below you, especially you women. Help other women, don't compete with them. With this, I conclude our lecture on leadership.